Okay, our team ID is RC1036004. Okay, as a part of AICT approved FDP conducted by IIT Bombay, we are preparing this video, Introduction to Research Methodology. Here the subtopic is meaning and objectives of the research. Here the meaning of the research, we will see the in research, re means a prefix. Okay, that means again or anew or over again. The search is a verb that means to examine closely and carefully, to test and try. Okay, together it will give a research. It is a noun describing a careful and a systematic patient study and investigation in the some field of knowledge to establish the facts or the principles. Okay, we'll see the definition. Definition, it is a systematic investigation into the existing or a new knowledge. That means for the existing area or new area, we can do the research. It may be the expansion on the past work in the field. Okay, it requires three things, three stages. First one is planning. Okay, we will go for the planning for the research, and we get the data from the various sources and analyze the data. Okay, we will see the characteristics of the good research. It originates the question, a problem. Okay, first we will arrange the problem or a question. Okay, then it requires a clearly articulation of the goal. Here, articulation of means that meaning of the explanation of the meaning of the others' creative work. Okay, it follows a specific plan or a procedure. Then the main problem is divided into some sub problems, and then we can take the specific problem or a question. They'll accept certain critical assumptions. They'll requires collection and interpretation of the data. It is a cyclical in nature. The cycle continues. They'll will achieve the new insights into the phenomenon. Okay, then we can get the we can see the new insights. They'll in the phenomenon. Okay, they'll know about the existing phenomenon. Okay, it is useful to better understanding of the existing phenomenon. Next, to know the extent of cause and effects of the various variables. To establish the relationship between the various variables. Okay, for example, we take the welding process, like friction stir welding. Okay, there are so many variables like speed, feed, and tool material, tool shape, and the material of the workpiece. Okay, these variables are effective on the quality of the welding. To get the better quality, what are the variables? What are the variables? Variables required, variables, and how they are affecting in the quality. We will establish. We will check the. We will investigate in this area. Okay, like this. Okay, now types of objectives. Okay, we'll see. It will broadly classified as broad objective and specific objectives. Okay, broad objectives are to be achieved by the study in the general terms. Okay, broad area. It relates to core problem or topic of the study. Okay, for example, to determine the factors associated with the increased number of the diarrhea cases among the under 5x village. Okay, to determine the increased number of the diarrhea cases, to determine the factors. Okay, it is a broad objective. Okay, for the specified objective, okay, it describes the variable that is measured by the study. Several, one study only. For example, to find out the methods used for the water treatment. Okay, what are the methods used for water treatment, which is the best suited method for the water. To find out it is a specific objective. Okay, for other examples are used for the excreted disposal to determine the feeding habits of the ultrafiles. Okay, now we'll see the qualities of the specific objectives. It should have a logical sequence and should be a clear and ambitious and specific, measurable, and it should be attainable. Okay, attainable means the resource should be available. We choose a problem but resource is not available, then a problem. So it should be realistic. Realistic means it will be suitable for the local conditions. Now, time bounded. Okay, to achieve in the given time. Okay, it should be achievable in the given time. Let's we'll see like this, a SMART. Okay, in abbreviation, okay, S means a specific, M means measurable, A means attainable, R means realistic, T means time bound. Now, we'll see the high quality research. The high quality research requires a scope and limitations of the work to be clearly defined. That means the researcher should have the clear idea and a clear, you should know the limitations of the work very clearly. Then the process should be clearly explained so that it can be reproduced and verified by the other researcher. The researcher clearly document everything so that other researchers can reproduce the same results and verify the researcher's results. Okay, then only we will say that it is a quality research. Okay, it is a reproducible. So it should be thoroughly planned, designed is objective possible. Now, a good research requires high ethical standards. Okay, you should follow the high ethical standards, and all the limitations should be clearly documented. Next, data be adequately analyzed. All the findings are presently obviously and conclusions justified by the sufficient evidence. Okay, these are the steps for making a good research. First, raise a question or a problem. Suggest for the hypothesis. Literature review. Okay, proper relevant literature review. Next, literature evaluation. Evaluate the gathered literature. Then acquire the required data and analyze the data and interpretation. Interpretation I already told. Interpretation means explanation of the meaning of the others' creative work. Next, hypothesis support. Okay, we'll see one by one. First one is a question raised. A researcher leads. A researcher have a question leads to be converted into appropriate problem statement. A question should be converted into a problem statement, which is like a documented in the research proposal. Let's suggest the hypothesis. Okay, it generates the intermediate hypothesis to describe a solution for the problem. The best temporary solution. It is a temporary solution. Just a literature review. Okay, gather the literature from the various sources like internet, journals, like that. Let evaluate the literature for the proposed problem. Okay, then additional research activities are justified. What are the additional research required or it should be justified from the existing research? Just acquire the data. When the researcher now begins to gather the data related to research problem. Just analyze the data. Analyze the data. Does analyze the data for the as a first step to ascertain the data. For analysis only, you can get clarity. Just data interpretation. The researcher interpret newly analyzed data to the conclusions. Okay, you should interpret the data. Just hypothesis. Take the hypothesis support that leads to researcher to cycle back earlier step in the process and begins again with the new hypothesis. Okay, these are the references. Okay, thank you.